I'm gonna just go live and shit when I feel like going live so I can share it because I think it's important, man. So I've been sick and I haven't been working out as I used to, as I like to. And I realized that there's certain things that I can't do right now or I can't do anymore. So today I walked for 2 miles and then I came to do some calisthenics. I'm 55. I have no interest or in impressing anyone. My goal for working out is to maintain my mobility and to live longer. Bodies in motion, stay in motion. What does that have to do with base plan? I'm getting to it. So I wanted to do some upper body work, push-ups. And I used to, man, when I was a teacher, I used to love embarrassing middle school boys because I could do 40, 50, all of them in a row, right? Hey, Renee. But that's not my goal, not for this, right? There is no benefit in me doing that. So when I got down to do push-ups, and I work out in public, right? I learn in public, I'm working out or whatever. Somebody be like, he can only do 10 push-ups. Well, number one, you could probably only do one. Talking to the person that's looking, that I perceive might be looking at me, okay? Now, here's my point. My point is that the goal was to do a certain number of sets, right, with good form, because that's what, it's not doing 100 push-ups. Some people do 100 push-ups once and they think, oh, that's it. 50 push-ups today and then none of that doesn't get progress. You don't see anything. Your strength doesn't improve. What does that have to do with base plan? What are you practicing? Why are you practicing it? Ooh. Let's take an exercise like the 24 permutations. There are people that they want to build up speed and stamina. So something like that may be good for them. But I don't care what the musical thing is that you're trying to do. I don't care what it is. You got to ask yourself why and what's the goal? Speed is the byproduct of efficiency, or definition is a byproduct of slow, deliberate form. So when you're playing something, you're practicing something, you gotta be paying attention. Because ain't nobody else there. You gotta turn off YouTube. You gotta turn off TV. You gotta turn off all the other stuff if you really want to play. And you gotta listen to what you're playing. You know when it sounds good and when it sounds bad. And then if you need help with your form, it's just like going to the gym. Some people go to the gym, and I hate, man, I don't like when people gym shame folks, right? Especially around the new year. Around the new year, all the newbies are in the gym. They don't know what they're doing with that stuff. So people that go taking videos and shit, that's foul ass behavior. I hate it. Because they need a place to learn, right? They need an environment to learn. But if they're taking inventory and then seeking guidance, then you get somebody to say, nah, when you get your push-ups in, here's the form. It's not about the number. It's not about the number. When you're playing your bass, that number on the metronome, in my opinion, the 16th note always let me know if you're seeing the connection, what I'm making here. The 16th note, or how comfortably you could place something with the 16th, 1E and the 2E and right, that is going to tell you where your breaking point is. So if you want to, rise to that goal, then you got to slow down and then start building it back up. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But I was thinking about that as I was out here, so I got 2 more miles to walk. So I'll have 4 miles at a certain pace during the day, and I will have done my calisthenics, right? I got kind of lucky in the realm of genetics. For the most part, I've aged gracefully or whatever. But also, I have been intentional about moving. Body's in motion, stay in motion. Don't do things blindly. I'm back on the Stoic Journal, the Daily Stoic, Ryan Holiday, and I'm really thinking about the one from yesterday, where with the I think it was Seneca, the Seneca quote about, and also the Stephen Covey, begin with an end in mind. You know what I mean? Begin with an end in mind. So like, that's one of the reasons why I always ask the question, what kind of music do you want to play and who do you want to play it with? Especially when you're older. Man, look, God bless these kids, man, that can play circles around. They can play them. That's what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be able to do that. Kids are supposed to be younger, stronger, smarter, faster. They're supposed to be. You feel me? They're supposed to be. So we don't hate on them, but then it's like, what can I do? And I'm not saying that us older folks can't do that if we wanted to, but you would have to first start off with why. Why? Because I'll be honest with you. I'll say the name Mohini Day. Mohini Day is fantastic, uber talented, incredibly talented. That music does not move me. What she does not move me. Ida Christine Nielsen, on the other hand, moves me. Is one better than the other? No. But Ida is my vibe. She's got a more old school kind of funky vibe. You know what I mean? So I don't, it's a why. And the older we get, it's like that. Have you ever heard of that book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck? Hey, good morning. The older we get, the less fucks we got to give about things that don't matter. It ain't rocket science. It's pocket science.